Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are back for another episode of our fantasy booking WWE. And I've got a little pep in my step because I've done a few little things that excite me and hopefully down the road will excite you. I can't show you all of them, but I think I mentioned this in one of the previous episodes, but I've essentially got all the way up until WrestleMania booked. Nothing past WrestleMania had been booked until earlier today. The series so far I think has been quite tame. I built it up as like a forget everything you know about WWE because I'm going to rewrite history and blah blah blah. I think post WrestleMania there's some big changes happening. There's going to be some big roster changes. There might be some brand changes, as well as some other things that I've got cooking in the French Ted's kitchen. But there's a few more things that I can show you, and they mostly revolve around NXT. So if you can see here, you're a little bit keen-eyed, you can see NXT's logo icon has changed. That's because I have changed it. This is my rebrand. So this is one of the alternate skins and logos for NXT, and yeah, just something that I wanted to try and freshen it up. I didn't really like the black and grey version, and I really want NXT to start actually doing stuff, if that makes sense. So I've upped their oh, you can't even see it here, but I've upped their backstage stuff, you know, like their pyrotechnics, camera quality, music. I've upped all of that a little bit, so that should make their scores higher. I've also changed their events. So they now have WWE NXT, which is 3 hours long, because why not? There's like 700 people on this roster. And then I've also added a Wednesday show called WWE NXT Evolve, which is kind of like in real life where they've got the Evolve show, but we might as well use it if it's not being used. And that's just a 90-minute show. So you've basically got 4.5 hours of NXT a week, and that's just to get as many people on the card as possible, and hopefully will help boost stars more. Another thing that I noticed was there wasn't many pay-per-views, so I've slid in a few more. So I added In Your House and Great American Bash just in between the already existing pay-per-view events, just to thicken that out, to give maybe more mandatory title matches, I guess, and just to give people a bit more screen time. So their next pay-per-view is the second Saturday in March, which I think is a week after our Elimination Chamber. So that would be good to check out. I think that's all I've really done that you guys will see. So hopefully once we've gone through Raw today, we will get to see both NXT and NXT Evolve and just see what happens, I guess. Apart from that though, I think we've booked main event. Let's take a look in the event histories. I think I've already done it. Let's go all the way down. Down. Oh, can't stop doing that. Yes, we have booked it already. So let's see what we did. So Tatiana Dumas, here she is, defeated Zoe Stark with a 46. I did another one of these NXT showcases. Got an 89. Everyone went up by, I think it was 0.3. So why not? And then the Creed brothers defeated Gallus. I'm not too sure why I brought Gallus up, if I'm being honest. I did have a plan that involved Drew McIntyre, but I scrapped that very quickly. So I think Gallus, it's not William Gallus. Gallus will probably go down to NXT soon. I don't know. When we do get to post-Mania, there will be a lot of NXT people coming up and a handful of WWE stars going down. So yeah, that's something to keep an eye out for. But that isn't until post-Mania. We're only in February. We've got WWE Raw to take a look at now. So let's not waste any more time and let's dive straight into WWE Raw. And here we are. We start with our WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria, as she makes her entrance as she looks to take on Roxanne Perez after Roxanne challenged her a couple of weeks ago. So we open the show with a fun little title match. Hopefully, it turns out to be pretty good. A 77 entrance from Lyra, pretty decent. A nice little jump in popularity. So let's see how the match goes down. 69. I'll take it. I mean, a 77 match quality is really good. Again, popularity will be an issue for some people. But in a 22-minute match, Lyra Valkyria gets the win. Roxanne Perez did a really, really good job here. You can see here, riding a wave of momentum, putting in the huge effort. But Lyra does come out on top. She continues to defend that title. So big up Lyra in her 69 nice rated match. Following on from this, though, as Lyra is celebrating in the ring, you know, just as her hand is lifted and she's celebrating, her music is just cut short by Jordynne Grace from NXT as she appears on the ramp, signaling that she wants Lyra's title. The two women kind of stare each other down from a distance, and it looks like they will probably have a match sometime soon, because it seems to be with the IC title. You say you want a match, and Lyra's not going to say no. So yeah, Jordynne Grace from NXT making the step up, I guess, to the WWE. Maybe we'll have to see. She doesn't have the Raw icon around her yet, so this could just be a flash in the pan. We'll have to wait and see. Spoiler alert, though, it's not. She's gonna debut on Raw soon. Following on from this, Drew McIntyre is with Kayla Braxton as he reacts to Adam Pearce's decision. He's obviously not a happy boy. So Kayla's with Drew as he comments on the decision made last week. Drew is just a little bit annoyed because he says, what is the point of winning the Royal Rumble when the best in the world at moaning, CM Punk, and a jumping buffoon in Sami Zayn can just waltz in and earn a shot? If anything, Kayla, this just angers me. This lights a fire in me to become the world champion again. Punk, Zayn, Gunther, I'll claymore my way through all of them and end WrestleMania with that belt on my shoulder. So yeah, Drew cutting a quite aggressive, passionate promo here. Yeah, I mean, I'd be annoyed too if I was Drew. These guys just walk in. They didn't win the Royal Rumble. They just walk in and now they've got a potential shot at taking his Rumble win, or the result of his Rumble win, away from him. Gunther kind of just sitting back, relaxing, you know. I think he's happy to take anyone on. Following on from this, though, we stay backstage as Dominic Mysterio is with his Judgment Day folk as Finn is chastising him for running away last week. Dom does his best to apologise, but he says at the same time that he's got no interest in facing Roman or going up against Roman anytime soon. You know, he's embarrassed him once. There's no need for good old Dom to do it again. The remaining members of Judgment Day say that they've got Dom's back. They do, but they're not about to become a target. So if Roman comes a knock-in, they're not going to be standing in the way. Dom says that they've got nothing to worry about as, you know, we kind of return to the ring. Dom very, very confident right now, but let's see how confident he is when Roman does eventually get his hands on him, if he does. But we do return to the ring now, and a former Judgment Day member is here in Rhea Ripley as she takes on Bea Priestley in a non-title match. You know, the champions, they've still got to stretch their legs. And this is a 71 rating, you know, not amazing, but I think Bea probably brings this down a little bit. We did have Rhea Ripley to dominate this one, and it seems like she's done a very good job. 0.6. Really jumping up in pop. 74 match quality, 68 crowd reaction, 71 overall. Not much to say. Post-match, though, as Rhea celebrates, she grabs the mic and lists off each member of Damage Control. Io Sky, Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Asuka. It doesn't matter which one of you it is, because Mummy or Mammy is always on top as she throws the mic to the ground and continues to celebrate her win. So yeah, Rhea Ripley, she isn't concerned who she's going to face. Whoever wins out of these four, it doesn't matter, because Rhea believes that she will be on top no matter what. Now, from one world champion to another. Gunther is here, and he makes his entrance down to the ring and cuts a promo before his non-title open challenge. He says, look, I don't care about the drama. I don't care about the soap opera that is CM Punk, Sami Zayn, and Drew McIntyre. I'm not here to play the part or be sucked into something that doesn't matter to me. Whoever it is, the outcome will remain the same, because I am the most dominant man in WWE, so whoever steps up to face me at WrestleMania will just be another notch in my World Championship reign. He adjusts the belt on his shoulder and gestures to the ramp. Now, I, like anyone else, need to keep up their fitness and momentum, so whoever wants to see if they can hang with the ring general, make yourself known. So Gunther issues an open challenge to anyone out back. Let's see who it is. It's only Bo Dallas. So Bo Dallas makes his return to Raw. This is not a full return. I think he'll stay in NXT for a little bit. But he is representing NXT to step up to Gunther's open challenge. So up next we have Gunther versus Bo Dallas. Handle character changes. Change turn and change character. Sure. Was a failure. Nice. Awesome. Next segment. But in a pretty good match, still the show. They both upped their game. It is an 80 rating, an 86 crowd reaction, but a 2.5 star match quality. 80 overall. I mean, I'm assuming it was Bo that brought that down. Although, what are Gunther's stats? We might have to take a look at that, because his wrestling skills should be high. Let's be honest, it should. But yeah, a nice clean win for Gunther. Bo's got a wave of momentum. Let's see if we can give Gunther some momentum before WrestleMania hits. But yeah, nice win. Gunther stretched his legs. I'm also going to uncapitalize Gunther, because that's really annoying me. Following on from this, though, we head backstage where Santos Escobar is with Angel Humberto of Los Garza, or of Legado del Fantasma, as he gives them a little pep talk. He essentially tells them to block out the noise, ignore what's happening between New Day and the Usos, because it is Los Garza's time to step up and prove that they can be the next tag team champions. Can they? Who knows? But Santos Escobar seems to have faith in these two men, so who are we to judge? But we do have to quickly end this promo short, because that's a 99, by the way. Jesus Christ, Santos. We have to end this promo because we have just heard that Raquel Rodriguez has been taken out by someone, and she is seeking medical help right now. So Liv is backstage as she sees a commotion down the corridor, and it's the medical team who have swarmed around Raquel, tending to her, as it looks like she has been beaten and taken out by someone. Just as Liv is checking on Raquel and asking who did this, the new women's tag team champions, Black Tiger Mafia, stroll by. Michin kind of looks up and down and goes, oops, I wonder what happened here, as all three members laugh and walk off camera. Liv obviously is angry and wants to go after them, but ultimately she decides to stay and check on Raquel, because Raquel needs her most right now. So yeah, Raquel's been attacked. Who by? Probably Black Tiger Mafia, let's be honest, but it could be anyone. You never know. We do return to the ring now as Bron Breakker is back on Raw, and he looks fired up. He storms down to the ring, mic in hand, title on shoulder, as he wastes no time in calling out Karrion Kross. He goes, Kross, you slimy little bitch. You wanted my attention? Well, you've got it. Now get your ass down here and we'll see how vital your mind is when I spear you in half. The crowd are obviously anticipating something, but there is no response. Bron tries to call him out again, but still, no response again. Suddenly, Bron looks down at his title, smiles, and looks back up. And he goes, oh, I see how it is. What's in it for you? How about this, Karrion? You get your split personality ass down here now, and I'll put this on the line as Bron raises his Intercontinental Championship. As he does this, The lights flicker and dim as Cross appears on the big screen, the Titantron. Cross, looking smug and eerie, goes, "Bron, thank you for the kind offer. I'm unable to accept your offer right here, right now, but why don't we pencil this in for Elimination Chamber? That way, we can have much more eyes on the beatdown that you will apparently give me. I'm going to assume that you're going to accept, so I'll see you there." As the lights come back up and Karrion disappears from the big screen, and Bron is just smiling and nodding. You know, he wants to get his hands on Karrion Kross by any means. So it looks like this match is official. Karrion Kross and Bron Breakker for the Intercontinental Championship at Elimination Chamber. A nice little 85 segment. Everyone getting a little bonus from here. Scarlett getting it just because why wouldn't she? I mean, I think we'd all have to give her a bonus, if you know what I mean. I take that back, I'm sorry, but I also don't take that back. I don't care. But yeah, Bron Karrion happening at Elimination Chamber. It is official, and I think that might be the full card. We will have to double check. Although I'm not going to do any final confirmations until the SmackDown before, just so we're 100% sure. I don't want to spoil anything by accident. But moving on, Charlotte makes her entrance as she is taking on the victim, I'm going to be honest, in Maxine Dupree. So Charlotte makes her entrance for her next match, and Trish has decided to join commentary and is ringside for this match. So let's just dive straight into this. And I imagine, yeah, not the best match. And I'm going to be honest and say this is probably Maxine's fault. Sorry, we love you, Maxine, but yeah, you're not really here to have 5-star matches, are you? But throughout the match, though, Charlotte is just toying with Maxine. And, you know, every time she pulls off a big move and, you know, lifts her up for the pin, she looks over at Trish, who's at ringside. And Trish is just bad-mouthing Charlotte, being like, look at this, the lack of respect. She said she's a leader, but look at what she's doing to poor Maxine. Just end it already. And then, of course, Charlotte locks in the figure 8, and Maxine ultimately taps out. But they've got great chemistry. So, Maxine, if you can pull your boots up a little bit, we could run this back. This is with good chemistry. Oof. But post-match, though, Charlotte kicks Maxine out of the ring and begins to, like, over-celebrate. Then she just rolls out the ring and gets right in Trish's face. Trish, still with the headset on, is just bad-mouthing Charlotte to her face, showing zero fear as Charlotte tries her best to, you know, kind of get a reaction from Trish. Out of nowhere, though, Charlotte takes a step back. You think she's about to walk away, but she just slaps Trish across the face, knocking the headset and her hat off of her head. Trish kind of freezes for a moment, but doesn't retaliate at all, as Charlotte kind of just laughs it off and walks away. The camera kind of pans over to Trish, and you can see in her eyes that she is fuming. She is pissed off, and we know that Trish will not let this go. She will not let Charlotte get away with this. But now is not the time. So yeah, lots of heat building between these two women. You know, no respect from Charlotte, and I think Trish is just here to try and teach a lesson. Because, you know, she sees a lot in Charlotte. Charlotte is obviously an incredibly talented professional wrestler, but she just lacks that side of her to elevate her to the next level, to make her a recognized leader in the locker room. So who knows what Trish can do, but we'll have to find out another time, because this now takes us to our main event. And if you remember last week, the Usos and the New Day agreed that they would have a match between one another, and here it is. What is, I guess you could say, a number one contenders match, because these are the two standout tag teams on Raw, and Eric and Ivar have said they'll happily take on anyone. So let's treat this as an unofficial number one contenders match. It is the Usos versus the New Day in our Raw main event. Oh, 74? Oh, come on, guys. What is that? But apparently, according to my notes, what a main event we are having, as these two titans of the tag team division are tearing it up. And I know why the result was poor, because if we go down here, the finish really killed the crowd and they didn't like it. But, you know, storylines. In the final moments, though, the two teams are brawling outside and they just completely forget that the referee is counting to 10. Suddenly, both Jay and Kofi realize that the referee is almost at 10. So they push through each other, pulling each other back, knocking each other down, trying to make the count, but they both miss by literally half a second, resulting in a double count out. Now this makes me think how good this match probably would have been if there was a definitive winner. So we will obviously have to run this back. 77 crowd reaction, 83 match quality, 74 overall. But as both the New Day and the Usos are annoyed at the match ending in a draw, you know, they want to start the match up. It was a 30-minute match and they want more. The crowd want more. But Adam Pearce comes out to deliver some, I'd say, unfortunate news for both teams. He says, "Now boys, I know this wasn't officially recognised as a #1 contenders match, but it really did feel like to me that the winner would have probably been a shoo-in to take on the War Raiders. However, as there was no winner, that means there's no #1 contender, and that means there's no title match for either of you. Sorry guys, that's just how it works." And that's how we end WWE Monday Night Raw. Bit of a bum note, not gonna lie, but hey ho. We've lost popularity everywhere, but I don't care. We're building stories. Trust the process. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. It was built over 50 episodes or so. Trust me. But yeah, let's end the show. Not much to really talk about here. Lyra defends her title again, but it is Jordynne Grace who steps up and wants to be the next challenger. Drew is unhappy. No change there. Dom's running away from Roman. Rhea Ripley doesn't care what member of Damage Control it is. She's going to beat them all. The same with Gunther. He doesn't care who his challenger is. He's going to dominate them all, as he dominated Bo Dallas. Santos with an amazing 99% promo. We'll have to get him on the mic more often. Gives Los Garza a pep talk, especially now that we know that neither the New Day or the Usos are going to get a title opportunity. This could be Los Garza's time to step up. Raquel was attacked backstage by someone, cough cough, Black Tiger Mafia, and Bron Breakker is taking on Karrion Kross at Elimination Chamber. And then of course Trish got slapped by Charlotte. But yeah, crazy things happened. Ignore the numbers. Fuck the numbers. We all had a good time, right? So let's just skip through a few days. I'm really hoping that we can take a look at both NXT and Evolve. So let's look at these. Main event on YouTube made some money. Cool. DDT are planning to build their company around Takeshita. Nice. I mean, isn't everyone right now? Should we get him on a little working deal to see if everyone can just abuse Takeshita and his insane stats? Oh, speaking of stats, we wanted to take a look at Gunther quickly, didn't we? Where is he? And also correct this, because I really don't like... Oh, not Gunther. Gunther, there we go. That looks nicer. Yeah, wrestling skills insane. Okay, so let's just blame Bo. Cool, we'll blame Bo. Next day, let's get to Friday, and then we'll take a look at NXT and all the other shows in between. I don't think there's going to be much mail news. Or emails, we'll call it. Because mail news sounds like we're talking about men. Kenta joins Noah. No, he doesn't. Kenta leaves Noah. Yeah, because he's with us. Hideo Itami's in NXT, yeah. Odd. Anyways, I'm trying to think now. I think that the Elimination Chamber card has been finalised. I think Bron and Karrion was the last match. But, you know, we'll have to wait. Oh, we have a push request. We have a push request. Who wants to be pushed? Hey, Mouse. I think I've put in the work and deserve a push. AJ Styles, you are in the final of our tournament. You've already been pushed, my dude, right? Oh, no, you're not in the final. Oh, ignore me. You didn't hear that. Well, you're in the semi-final of the tournament. Yeah. But let's just push him. What is he now? Is he upper mid-card? He's upper mid-card. Yeah, let's just... I mean, he's a main eventer, let's be honest. There we go. And then he's happy. Yep, cool. Nice. Now let's go to event histories and pretend like I didn't say anything. So Monday, we had New Beginning in Osaka. So let's just look at the title matches. So the Ichiban Sweet Boys retain. Zilla Fatu and TMDK. No way. Tanahashi, who did beat Takeshita a while back, has retained here. The West Coast Wrecking Crew get the win as they defeat a very odd team. Yota Tsuji is still the global champ. El Phantasmo defeats Tagaki. Yeah, that wouldn't happen in real life. 91 though. El Desperado defeats Gibson. Tetsuya Naito defeats Tsuji, does double duty. Jeff Cobb, yep. Jake Lee is still the strong champion. And Goto is still the world heavyweight champion. He defeats Takeshita. Jesus Christ. Let's go to Tuesday. I'm really not with it this evening. And we've got NXT, the new super long NXT. Let's take a look. Still got 45. So ignore the angle. Sol Ruka got the win against Kylie Ray. Nice. Big match here. The Mystery Man putting in some work. Although, yep, Mystery Man wins. Josh Black, Mystery Man, Obafemi, and Troy Yearwood defeat Omos, Tyson DuPont, Ridge Holland, and Lance Anoa'i. Tag team matches, Gigi Dolin and Tatum Paxley lose against JC Jane and Jada Parker. Jasper Troy defeats Cutler James. Fraxium defeat Brooks Jensen and Nico Vance. Another angle here. No Quarter Catch Crew get the win against Hank and Tank. Tyreek Igwe in some singles action defeating Sean Legacy. And then in the main event, Ethan Page defeats Francesco Akira. And that's not the last of NXT because we also have Evolve. But let's look at Dynamite first. Of course, that match is happening. Jeff Jarrett and Samoa Joe and Bryan Danielson. That's another 3-on-2. I don't know why they're doing that. The Vendetta get the win. Monet wins, obviously. Orange Cassidy defeats Hangman Page. Wow. Ospreay and Carl Fletcher. I mean, that's a GOAT match. And the Hurt Syndicate retain against a very weird partnership of Darby Allin and Kenny Omega. And now let's see what Evolve can do. They're using the same people? Gigi Dolin and Tatum Paxley get a win against JC Jane, unlike the day before. But JC Jane has a new partner in Zara Zakir. We've got a big match here as Izzy Dame, Cassie Lee, and Lainey Reed defeat Adriana Rizzo, Danny Palmer, and Sol Ruka. Jada Parker and Fallon Henley. She's working her way through, is it Fatal Attraction, I want to say? I might not be right there. As they beat these two people that look exactly the same. More Jada Parker. We love that Miss Parker's everywhere. Zarya defeats Ariana Grace. Lots of women on this show. More angles. And then another women's match here as Vipress and Thea Hale defeat Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura get the win against Brooks Jensen and Nico Vance. That's back-to-back losses for these guys. And then in a weird main event, Nikita Lyons is back, but she loses to Stephanie Vaquer. Is this another 45%? Yes, it is. Cool. And then Thursday's show is TNA Impact. Let's take a quick look. Ali gets the win. Gresham gets the win. Rosemary retains the Knockouts World title. I didn't know she was champion. JDC, Alan Angels, and Moose get the win. And then Savannah Evans and Tasha Steelz. I'm assuming these are new tag team champions because they're on the right-hand side. Nice. And then in this main event, it is Ace Austin and Hammerstone. So I think they were already champions defending against Nick Nemeth and Jeff Hardy. What's Matt up to? That's just a regular Impact. 3 titles. Wow. And then New Japan presents CMLL. I think this is just a New Japan show, isn't it? Yeah. They kind of ignore the CMLL part. And I don't think there's anything crazy. Oh, main event. El Desperado defeats Jake Lee. Nice. Cool. So that is it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry, my mind went blank then. We've got SmackDown next week, and we're really not that far away from Elimination Chamber. It's right there. So we've got SmackDown, then we've got 2 more weeks of shows, and Elimination Chamber. Less than, or just over 2 weeks away. Very exciting. Yeah, and with that, we're going to head straight into SmackDown. Oh, contract renewal offer for Mariah May. Do we do it? Do we do it? I think we should do it. I think we should do it. Shall we? Should we try it? Let's try it. I don't know how much they're offering her though. Let's go 4 years. So pay per appearances 440. I think if we double that to 880, because we can afford to, and then she wants 13,000 a month. If we just make that a flat 20, I mean, this will really change my plans if she signs, although we can just slum it in NXT for a while. A signing bonus, let's give her 30k. Why not? Gate percentage, no, we'll keep that all low. Merchandise, keep that low. Unlimited appearances, travel, expenses, yep. Promotion, oh, do we try NXT? No, we can just push her down, can't we? They suggested a mid-card push. I think that's quite good already. Face, oh no, she's got to be a heel. She has to be a heel. And now, well, we just need to find a gimmick for her. I mean, beautiful people, that could kind of work. No. Beast, badass. I mean, she could just be a no-nonsense badass. Yeah, we'll just do that. Make offer. There we go. She'll consider the offer. Okay. Well, there we go. That's the end of this one now. I'm going to try not to just collect people and leave them in NXT. I promise, post-Mania, it's changing. We're going to be using loads of new people. But either way, let's end it there before I keep rambling. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Do it all. And I will see each and every one of you in the next one.